All right. So happy to have you on this live call. Once again, you're welcome to the Target members only training. So I'm quite excited to take you on this live training because it's going to be practical based on action proof. So let's run a quick check and be sure that my technicals are all good and you can hear me rightly from your end and you can also see my screen uh, properly. So let me know using the comment box if you could see my screen and if you can hear me correctly. All right. So we really have a full room right here. I'm so excited to have you all in the room. I can see our several names here. So happy customers, and we are so proud of you guys. I can see Warren McLeod, Olis Benson, Tony Pockling, Tony Robinson, Toby Reeves, Thomas Tadson, Thomas 12, Sebastian Bidgan, Ronald Sanders, and we have Robert Lyons, we have Ricardo Christian, Miles Toner, Mike Ognell, Michael Walker, Mike Phillips, Magnus Razak, Landislu Gloria, Kelvin Roberts, John Thomas, John Farrell, Jamil Altak, James Brognats, James Bells, Jack Stancy, Helcon, Hans Rostek, Greg, Gladys, we have George, we have Gary Pierre, we have Frank Martins, Ed Chang, Eric Larson, Elaniki, Edward Gadlow, Eddie Morris, Ed Kirk, Evelyn, Dean Bulls, David Cameron, there is McGills, forgive me if I murdered your name. And we have Brennan Bella, we also have Alvin Black, we have Andrew Chandler, Brenda Bella, right? I said that earlier, and we have Active Trader. And we're so happy to have you all on this live call. That's because we want to ensure that all users are having a pretty nice time with the use of Target and they're already deploying Target. I also understand that you may have had difficulty trying to get prompt response with support. That's because of the surge, and we are back on decks, ensuring that all personnel who are on support are right prompt and responding to all customers' need because we want everyone to be happy and everyone to get quick results with their use of Target. So like I said, this is purely training, no pitching, no sales statement. We are all having our hands on deck and really getting to see how the wheels run right inside of Target. But before I proceed, I want you to use a question box and tell me what your experience has been with Target and some gray areas you have so that while we last on this practical training, I could have all of those concerns covered and be sure that we leave everyone feeling happy and being right on this call. All right, so go ahead, use the question box and drop your comment and let us know what your experience has been and if you've had any challenges or if you've been able to set up everything 100%. That will also inform the direction of our training. So in a couple of seconds, I would want to get your comments on this as you drop them into the question box. Okay, I can see some comment dropping in. Oh, Andre says I need better microphone. Okay, I got that. I'm going to work on that and ensure that my microphone is sharp enough. So let me know if my sound is also good at your end or it's also not coming rightly. All right, Gary from New Jersey, nice to have you. Thank you for the bonus image videos. Okay, you're welcome. Good to have you in that. All right, Suri from UK, Ken, nice to have you. I haven't been able to set it up yet. I got that from Mari. Haven't used it yet. Waiting for this training. Not started yet. Sound is echoing. Okay, sorry for that echo. Not great, but okay. All right. Where can I find the OT done for you? Okay. When do I get the done for you package set up? Okay, that's already shared. All right, Alvin said sound okay. Sounds a bit echo. Okay, sorry for that. As you can see, video and training on how the video call feature works, receiving call, how I'm really proud of you, brother. Thank you, Thomas. And we have Let's Rock, get more questions when the rest of the training here in Academy. Okay, going through the training, find how to count you for building capability. All right. Only other is to the agency website now. All right, all right, all right. Okay, I've gotten a whole handful of concerns, and I will look at how we can treat all of those right on this call. So quickly, I want to jump on the dashboard of Tagget because that's exactly what this training is all about. So we see everything in action. So right here, I have my Tagget dashboard. I'm coming over to my dashboard. Usually, when you log into your Tagget for the first time, you will have an onboarding screen. Basically, the onboarding screen allows you to be able to set up your widgets, scripts on your site. That's if you want to get started at that point. And if you also have access to the scheme, you can come over and configure your scheme if you're coming on board for the first time. But you can actually ignore all of those processes. You can skip them. They are not necessary for you to get started with Tagget. But of course, it's a function that if you have a campaign or you have a need, you can go modify it. So on a quick one, if you investigate on the scheme, if you have access to this functionality, this has to play with how your mobile phone works, the target number works, how you want it to interact when you have it activated. So some accounts may not have the phone number activated yet from Tagget because they don't have a need for it. But there are several other functions, several other services you can get on with on Tagget that may not require you to do this. So that's why that first onboarding screen, it's not really a necessity. It's not a must that you have to have it done first before you get started with Tagget. You can skip it. I believe that's clear. So don't feel bothered if you've not gotten that done or you skipped it and you think something was not correctly done and you're not getting the results with what you want. But here's exactly what the scheme is all about. Right on scheme here, you can see that you can have my screen up, so it's really muffling things up for me right here because of the screen share. So you can see right here, you can set up your scheme. If you want to turn on get voicemail notifications, once this is turned on, it means that whoever calls this number, you can set up for the person to receive an SMS alert when you turn on your voicemail notifications, or you don't want an SMS alert. You can also turn an email alert whenever you get a voicemail notification. That is, when a visitor drops a voicemail using your number, an SMS should be sent to you as a notification, or an email should be sent to you that you have a visitor or notes for you. Same also happens with call audio recording. You can also turn this on. When you turn this on, you activate it for all incoming calls. Do you want to record your conversations for all incoming calls? Outgoing calls, do you want to record it? So this is exactly where you automate how your target phone number. So when you do all of this, you can also set for your intro greeting. This is a text-to-speech functionality, which whenever someone calls your target number, what should be the landing or welcome message that goes out to your visitor. Someone was asking if he could have his business name on it, if we could have his niche on it or his agency on it, so that whenever someone calls on his target number, it welcomes in and it mentions the agency name or the business name. So here is exactly where you can go ahead to do that. So for every call that comes to your target number, you have that intro greeting text, which you can drop here. And you could also go ahead to select the accent with which you want that greeting to be, whichever your accent choice is, you can go ahead to select it. Again, that also applies to what we have here on incoming call schemes. You can also set what happens with your incoming call skills when all incoming calls always do what? For all incoming calls always do, you set If there is an IVR flow, then you should choose this. If you have a particular IVR interaction you want to select, you can then come and set this up. Right inside of the IVR, you also find configuration where you can overlap what you've already set here so as to overwrite what configuration. When we get to the IVR, so don't confuse it, just get settled with what we have here. When I get over to the IVR interact section, I'll also explain to you what setting you can do there that can override what you've already set here. So again, you have action plans here for all incoming calls, what should be done. For a busy or unanswered call, what should be done. For our conversation after your call conversation, what should be done. On a weekday, what should be done. On a weekend, what should be done. On public holidays, how should your target number behave towards all incoming calls? So that's exactly what this is saying. So for all calls that are hitting on your target number, what should be the behavior? How should it interact with your visitors? So that's what you said right here on the scheme. And if you select what next should go to them, you want to forward the call, you want to forward else voicemail, or do you want to broadcast call to set numbers? If you select this, you have options where you can set up to 4 numbers that you can broadcast a particular call to. So if you're already in it, like an agency where agent 1 is possibly busy, definitely agent 2 will get it on the broadcast to number 2 to receive your call. So that way you don't get to miss on any of your website visitors or any of your clients who is calling to have our services done for them with your use of our Tagget. We also have the options of reject or hang up call, reject and send SMS, send an SMS or send WhatsApp message, send a capture, or send an interaction flow, which is actually IVR setup here. So again, we selected our option. If you had selected WhatsApp, you can then see your target sender name, and you can set your WhatsApp message. So a whole lot of configurations that can be done right on this scheme here. You can also set some more configurations, what should happen. You are more like automating the flow. If A happens, what should the action plan? If B happens, what should be the action plan? So you can also set as much schemes you want to let go on inside of your incoming calls to your target number. If all you have here is not enough for you, if you have some more options, you want to configure how you want your target phone number to behave, you can then come to add some more call schemes. Whenever you click on it, you get to see more call schemes added here, which you can still state some conditions which you want to set. Because you can take off conditions which you don't want and have some more schemes. Like these other schemes is how you want your target number to behave with incoming SMS schemes. What should it do on a weekday for all incoming call SMS? What should it do on a public holiday during business hours or after business hours? You want to forward SMS to a number, or you want to respond and forward. You want to broadcast SMS to other numbers. You want to broadcast and respond, or you want to send a capture form, or you want to send a WhatsApp message. So in all, you'll see that with this target flow, you can actually control what your visitors get to receive from you. When you are not active enough to talk to your visitors, you can actually configure your target number to do the entire marketing for you, especially when it comes to sending a capture. So imagine having a visitor that calls your target number because you could not answer, or that sends an SMS because you could not answer. You can then come over to select a particular capture that sends them your capture form, which you can receive their email address as well as the phone number and their name. And you can, of course, link it up to a further funnel where you can send them to your sales page. So right on call, you've gotten their email address, and you know this practice is a little bit challenging. Imagine you having to ask your caller, what is his email address? If he does says that his email address is dean_charlie@gmail.com, I bet you will find it challenging to be able to type out that email correctly. You'll find yourself asking him to try to identify each of the letters. Dean, is it D for dog, E for ear, and all of that. So think about the number of seconds you would have spent on call trying to do all of this. And worse yet, if that particular visitor could not reach you on an active call, that you can set all of this and allow your business to run on autopilot. So that's exactly what the schema does for you. It really allows you to set up your target phone number to work on an AI autopilot system. So once you're done with the entire setup, you can then come over and hit on save and continue. And this then controls the way your target phone number will behave whenever a visitor calls. I believe this aspect is clear enough. Let me get to see the reaction to this so that if there are any questions, I could quickly handle that before getting over to the next tool, which we'll be looking at. All right, great, Alvin, great. So now that you have set up all your settings and schemes and close the tab, go back into it and it will not show anything you have just done. Okay, I have written this for this training and I can well understand. All right, Vicky, you can drop your questions and state what you don't really get here. So if you get over here, I have here, I'm trying to respond to Brenda. Brenda said all the things we did will not show. Here are the exact configurations I did and I saved it. It's up and running here. We did set this voicemail ourselves, we set this ourselves, so it's all showing. We also selected WhatsApp ourselves, it's all showing. We also selected what to do when this happens, it's all showing. That I did, I saved and continue. So our schema flow is working rightly. So check at your end to know what's going wrong, or you could try another browser or try clearing your cache. So all of these things we did is working right good. Of course, there is no excuse if you find anything difficult or there is any bug at any point in time. We are happy to attend to it and fix it to ensure that everything is working rightly for you. Then coming over to the broadcast SMS, all of this is more like an engagement tool. You need to have an audience before you enjoy using the broadcast tool or the broadcast email tool or the broadcast voice tool or the send capture or functionality. So that means that you need to play around with the tools you have to your left pane here to allow you to enjoy this. Of course, you need to have leads, you need to have people you're interacting with before the broadcast SMS is going to work rightly for you. So that's exactly what you see here. So that's exactly what we see here. So getting down here, you get to see that all persons has to do with the interactions of people which you've gotten from your interactions on Tagget, on your phone numbers, or on the widget, or those who have directly interacted with your video stories, or those that have interacted with your capture form. That will allow you to have your audience for you to engage with them. Then here, we'll then get to see how to set up our capture to allow us to have audiences with which you can send your broadcast SMS to, audiences with which you can send your broadcast email to, audiences with which you can do your broadcast voice to, and audiences with which you can send your capture to. When we are done with that, we'll also get to see how you can work with the engagement broadcast tool right here, which is more like what most persons are looking at for allowing them to bring in the leads they already had so as to engage with them. So right here, you see you can create a phone call link. We'll get to see what all of these are. Also create a voice note link. You can also create an SMS text link. You can also create an emailing link. You can create a WhatsApp link. You can create a video call link. You can also create a call me link, create an SMS me link, create an email link, and of course, create your website widget. So get a bit to see how all of this works. And of course, you can see your on dashboard dialer, which you can also use to call out a phone number, even a local phone number, and get all you want. Right on the profile pane here, we have the custom caller number. This allows you to brand your target number to make it appear like your local number, so that if visitors are calling it, if you had a local number that you've already saved and is already registered with some number databases that will allow the caller to get to see your business name appearing on the phone when it does call, like what you get to get with the use of true callers, that you can do when you come to custom caller number. You set it up, and you also get to see your profiles. You get to look at cost calculator, how to use it, and you also get to see how to use your action logs Also have the email notifier. Of course, you can access your academy, get back to the quick links. You can get to see tutorials, and you can also get to access bonuses. All right, so we then move over to setting up our capture form. Now, in creating a capture form, like has been said, capture form, it's more like you creating an instance quiz page that allows you to build your leads on steroids. So right here, we have the menu function, which you can then come and say new capture, which allows you to create a new capture. So right there, if you hit on new capture, you can then state a name for your capture form. So I could just say Tagget members training, right? So you can set a website which you want to associate this with. So I can just have this there. And of course, on the type, because we've just said we want to create a form, so we are selecting the type form. And after this, we'll also see how the video story works. I'll hit on get started. So right on get started, you can select a choice form, and a couple of weeks to come, more template will be populated here, so they have more choice template you can work with, and of course a detail template to flow however you want it to flow. So I can pick in the collections of 5 here. I can just, okay, let me go with this form here. Looking at that, I can then come over to say customize template. I can then set my target title here. I could say target members 75% giveaway offer. Right? So we'll have a subtitle that says fill with your first email to claim this now. And you can set the color to whatever you want it to be, however you want to position it. You can go ahead and set the color. And once you're done, you can also select what collectors you want. You want to collect phone number, you want to collect name. So whichever one you want, you can select. If you just want only email, you can leave it there. But of course, if you want to build more interactions, then you can go ahead out the entire tree collectors down here, which really makes it easier for you to communicate with these audiences you'll be gathering through SMS, WhatsApp, or voice, having the entire multi-channel options in action. So I could come over here to say claim this. And within your thank you message, you have the option to set your thank you message, or you can set a redirect URL at this point. So a thank you message is just what the user will get to see one of. But if you have a redirect URL, which means you can choose to send your target visitor to your sales page or to whatever product you're promoting. If you're an affiliate marketer with any of the e-com portals, say eBay or Amazon, Walmart, or you are into affiliate marketing on digital products, you can have your link stated here so that once you get the details of the person who is interested in your product or who is interested in your business, you can then furnish him with a further option or a further offer. You can tell the copy, the entire content to convert him, and you make some more money for yourself. So we could just say right here, we are having a URL that sends the person back to target.live/deluxe. So we have it right there. So you have it set up there. Next. So I'm setting my capture behavior. You can then go ahead to state how you want this to show. Do you want it to always turn on show, so you can toggle turn on? Do you want it on exit intent? You can toggle it. It goes on to on page refresh, goes down to on area click, on page scroll, on inactivity, on time spent. So more will be built upon on this AI behavior, because this behavior goes a lot to show what you can do, understanding your audience, understanding where your audience is coming from. Of course, we'll get on to the audience insight that gives you a full knowledge of who your prospects are and how you can go about positioning your product or services to convert them. Now we can go ahead to toggle on the audience. Now, toggling on audience, you can also come here to state what kind of audience should see this content. Do you want to turn just about any visitor should see this? Do you want to enable a specific currency with which they can see this page? Do you want to enable a certain language? Do you want to enable a certain continent? or they want to enable a certain visitors country, you can go ahead and state that visitors region, or a certain device or device type you want to specify. You have all of this set up right inside of Tagget when you create a form. Next is toggling on the engagement. So engagement is more like if a target visitor or a visitor does fill in your capture form, what should he get next? Do you want to send an SMS? Do you want to send an email? It's more like an auto response following up on this visitor so that you could convert the visitor further. So it is more like a drip flow sequence. In our couple of months to come, we're having some more updates on this section that will allow you to, of course, sequence several mails, just like you have with autoresponders. So you can sequence your mails, sequence your SMS, sequence your voice note, sequence your WhatsApp messages. All of that is going to come right inside of this point. And you can also personalize the content which you want to give out. Like we have an email, you could see we have the first name personalized here, and you can get to see several personalization parameters which you can use. So once you're done with the setup, all you need to do, hit on save and publish. So we'll have that saved, publish, we'll hit on continue. Once that is properly saved, then get over to the next section where you need to turn on your form before the form gets active. So to do that, I need to toggle on my status. So I toggle this, I also hit on continue, hit on continue. Great, so we now have our form, just created form active, which means I can go ahead to share this. You could also get to see the analytics of this particular capture performance. You could also get ahead to see the capture audience, people that have come into your target form. Again, you can also go ahead to preview this. You could also choose to edit it. You can also assign it to a widget. You can also go ahead to gift it as a capture if you have like members of your sub account, or you have other members that you've done designs and maybe they don't really have time to sit to do some of these designs or set up some forms to meet a particular need. You can do it and gift it to them. If you want to charge a fee in gifting it to them, you can also do so. That's your agreement with your prospect. So we can also send this capture out as an SMS. You can also go ahead to share it to get viral traffic. You can also take this off, delete it. So if you do click on share, you get to see how you can share your capture form to Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Pinterest to gather viral traffic that will interact with your form. And if you do hit on send this capture, you have an option to select which of the capture you want to set. So there's a new one we just created, and you can see the capture link, which you can also copy the link. And at this point, you can set your SMS sender ID. Usually it's within 11 characters or 12. And you can then come over to set the recipients, phone numbers, or email addresses you want to forward this capture to so that they could interact with it. So that's exactly what you have here. So once you have that, you set a message, you can then come over to say send capture, and it's going to go to all your set recipients. It could be your list, which you have. You can copy them and drop it right there, and it goes. So you can send it out. Next you have here is gifting the capture. So gifting the capture, all you need at this point, it's the capture account's email address. So once you drop it and send distribute now, it's going to send the same capture to the same target user with showing the design you've done. Again, you also have the option of assigning to a widget. So at this point, you can drop your widget code, which you can copy and paste right there, and you embed your widget right on the form. If you want to have your widget on the form, you can just copy the code, drop it there, and it's going to embed it on the form for you. So we're looking at that as well. Again, we have the preview capture, which allows us to see the design we've done. So let's go ahead and see the design, which we did. You can see the URL at this point showing the form created. All right, so it says fill the best email to claim this now, and this design also changes background with time, which could also help with conversions depending on your choice of setup. So if I do fill any of these details right there and hit on claim this, says thank you, your response has been saved successfully. So it redirects. Can you see it redirects to the set URL which we did? So this could be your affiliate link. This could be just about any product you are promoting or some more details to your visitors. And once you do that and refresh this page, you see here that our capture has grabbed those leads. Great. So it's one view, one click, one sign up, right? We don't have a widget added to this capture form. So if we do create a widget together, we can go ahead, copy the widget and add it right here. And you see the widgets will also display on your capture form, which is this. So the capture form which you've created, you can always have your widgets. So you can imagine having your widget around here on your capture form, which really makes the whole experience to be interactive. So coming back, we've successfully created a capture form together. And if you come over to analytics, of course, we've not really gotten much here to get the insight. You get to have insight. You have two views so far. And scrolling down, you get to see the conversion. This is 100% conversion, no bounce rate yet. You can also see the device insights, which was visited from a desktop. You can also see if it was visited from a mobile phone, tablet, or others. That also gives you an idea of your target audience devices and what you can do to reach them correctly. So you also see the details shown right here. So coming back to our capture form which we created, we'll also check on the audience which we've gotten. You'll also be able to see your audience which you got. So that's it. You see this icon here that has a person icon. So you just hit on it. It's going to take you to the audience. So while that's coming up, I'll also be checking on the comment box shortly to see the comment concerns there, right? So we have this whole details gotten about the individual who participated on a capture form, and you can go ahead to send an email. You can also send an SMS. You could make a call to this individual directly. You could also choose to drop a voice note, or you could choose to edit the person. So if you send an email, all you need to do is click on it, and it's going to take you to the interface where you can send email to this particular visitor who have interacted with your capture form. Same also applies if you want to call the person directly. You hit on call and call the individual directly from your Tagget dashboard. So it is more like you have a dialer system, you have a Tagget phone desk with you. So once you set up this and it refreshes, calls up the engagement interface for this particular user, then you can go ahead to send your choice email. So whatever email you want to send right here, I can go ahead, drop the message, and I can select if I want to send SMS or emails. If I do select email, if I drop my message, hey, thanks for interacting. If I then push it out, it goes, sends the message to the capture email address as well as to the phone number if it's SMS that is specified. So that's how you can go about engaging with the visitor who has interacted with your capture form. So let me get over to the comment and get to see what you have to say before we get over to the next option. Okay, echoing, sorry for that. Let me see, it went it down. Says, please tell me this been recorded, lost password and battery is low, cell signal. Okay, sorry, Kelvin. Yeah, I think it's, you should have a replay pretty soon. Confirm that. You can set it's recommended to have a sizable number, at least 500 to 1,000 numbers. You can send a broadcast to at the same time. All of that will be logged into the queue. So I'll also show you how you can monitor your queue. Is there a way to edit the widget text? Some of the grammar is incorrect. I can't figure out how to edit it. All right, so get into widgets in a short while. Help you replay this. Okay, yeah, we'll play it. New member Robert Lyons here. Please email me my login info. Okay. All right, so we'll check that off for you and check the login challenge you're having. Crucial training, please record and drop in Tagget. All right, Alvin, can you add your own backgrounds? Yeah, in a subsequent update, you will have options where you can add your own backgrounds. When I try to edit the person's information, like adding the phone number, I have to re-enter all the info in order to save. rather than just adding the phone number. Okay, we'll look at that better. We are able to download the analytics. Yeah, there's a section where you can download your analytics. We'll get on that. Can we change the background and the fonts? Okay. We'll come in with an update for that allows you to change background to your choice and even add an image to your design flow. How do we set up the free phone number? There's an academic link on the dashboard. Okay, we'll check out all support. Okay, I was going to mention this. If you're sending and it's change my phone number on the master account, I can't find where to do that. Okay, we'll also be looking into that. All right, so let me know so far. Has the pace been okay at your end, or I need to go slower with my delivery, or the pace is just okay from your own feedback? Okay, Alvin said fantastic. Sebastian said okay. Yes, replay. All right, thank you for those feedbacks. All right, so we push on. On the next setup, we're looking at how to set up a video story. Now, in setting up a video story, you can always get back to the capture form here. When you click on capture, or you could come to new capture. If you are seeing the quick links dashboard, I'm going over to the quick link dashboard. I'm also taking you through the possible ways you can get things done right inside of Tagget. There are several ways you can go about getting what you need on Tagget. So if you're on your quick link dashboard, which is about the first thing you'll be seeing each time you log in, you can also use what we have here to say create a lead form of video story. So successfully created a lead form, and now we're looking at creating a video story. So on the video story, pretty the same flow. So let's just say target story. Let's just have a target story. And again, I can just point this to just about any domain, just point it there. So on my capture type, instead of selecting form, this time I'll be selecting story. So I'll go ahead to hit and get started. So on my get started, here we have a handful of template that allows you to set up whatever kind of campaign you could ever imagine. You could set up a video story campaign that allows your physical address to be shown to your visitors. That's what you get with this particular one. You can preview. This is how it will show. You can view address and get to see your physical address. Again, you could also set a capture form that allows your visitors to be able to share their social handles or to be able to follow you on the social handles. Again, this is not okay. Okay, that went too low. You can see it there because the form is quite long there, and my shared screen is really muffling my screen up for me. So we'll go over here and see what we also have here with the slider. You can also see the template right here. So on the templates, you can have a slider where someone can drop his email and rate your service or rate a particular product which you're promoting. Again, you also have a template right here which you can run quiz. So imagine engaging your visitors right on the first visit on your website. You engage them for a particular product or services you are running. And of course, psychologically, it's been proven that if you can strike the first interaction with the visitor, there is the 50% chance that you can convert such a visitor to buy from you because you've broken any resistance that will want to turn the person off from you. So that's exactly the same thing you can get with the quiz interaction flow on the video story. Again, we also have the product flow on the video story where you video story. So imagine having a product video or you doing a personal video of yourself talking about the product, and pop the product image shows, and the person can go ahead to click on the buy button to buy the product directly. You can set your price. You can also set your product link, which will redirect the person to your buy cart button. And you can also check the sites if the product is a new product, if it's an offer, if it's a trending product, if it's the latest product, or is an in-stock product, limited, or a giveaway, a clearance offer, new arrival, bonus discount, or free shipping. So you have all of these labels that you can make available. So once you do that, you're going to see it right on your video story. Here again, we have where you can just share your link on your video story. Again, we also have where you can have people drop inquiry right on your video story. All right, I've been talking about the video story. I want to believe we all know what the video story is all about right now. Let me just quickly show you one we have on our JFA page. so you get to know what really the video story is all about. So right here, you're going to see a widget which has a video story on it. So that's exactly what we're talking about, right? Great. So here's my partner Mason, and we have a video story that just pop open like this, and you find him talking, inviting our partners. So on this video story, if we had a product, if you click on this call to action, like we have promote target, this was the newsletter option we selected, so this will show newsletter. The right on call here will also create a video story and pick any of the template options you want us to work with, and we'll get to see how this plays out. So coming back to the dashboard, you also get to see you can receive emails, you have your emails shown, and you can also have the option to say email us now right on your video story. You also have the video option here. You can have them call you directly from the video story. They could place a call to you, to your target number, or you could redirect it to your local phone. And you also have the option where they can rate your services, either your support or your product, whatever it is you want to rate. They could give it a rating and select it. And you can also be building email lists from this, because they will have to provide their email list before they submit their rating. Again, you also have the discount option, which you can use to offer coupon codes. So you see this displayed like this. So once you have the video, message, and pop, it shows a coupon code which they could use on the checkout button. Again, we also have the newsletter, which is what we use on our JV page. So you have the newsletter shown right here. And on the collection of templates, we also have more like a tab flow of interaction, which also has a question, true or false, a pattern of campaign which you can create. So a whole lot of campaign right here. So let me know what you think about all of these you've seen with a video story right inside the Tagget. And of course, I want to get a 3 recommendation of which of the template we should use live on call now for this training. So I'm going over to check on our question box to get to see what a handful of persons want to see live on screen now, and we'll do send now. All right, we'll get to see our video story. Can we upload an MP4 for a video story? Yes, we can upload an MP4 for a video story. Does the photo have to be connected to the link? Can you use separate for download? Yes. Okay, Michael is recommending we do buy now. And we had Edward recommended 3. Edward, if you recommended 3, if I count by my templates, template 1, template 2, template 3, I assume we should go with the slider. Okay, I'm having Eddie says call me. So I've had 3 different options right here. If I have one more that agrees with the 3 I've just mentioned, then we'll go ahead with that. Ricardo says for a template, that's 4 now. All right, so picking the process, the last entry that comes in, if it agrees with what we have from the 4 entries here, then we'll go with that. So I'm waiting on the last entry. Which of the templates should we go with on this live call now to set up the video story? Okay. Do we have a join now? Can I see join now? Okay, all right then. Let's go ahead to what we have here. Okay, I have more of the slider now. All right, so let's go ahead and see the slider. Now, for those who also mentioned product, let me show you all you need to do for the product. If you come to products, this is so you can see it right there. You can set your price, and you have a product link. Usually, the product link should be your product affiliates link, which directs to that product which you'll be promoting. So that's what you provide right there. So once you're done, you hit on set the video story. So right now we'll go over to the wide selected option, which is a slider, which is what we'll do right on here. So on the slider, it says thanks for your patronage. Please kindly rate the service. All right, so I'll come over here would say, thanks for trusting in Tagget. Please kindly rate us with our products, awesomeness. All right, so we can just have it there, and we hit on set story video. So once you hit on set story video, next you have the option of uploading your video. So for those who are asking if you could upload an MP4 video, yes, you can do so with an MP4 video. You could also fetch a video from Instagram story. You can also fetch a video from your YouTube video. If you have a video that ends with .mp4 link, you can also fetch the video from your external video link right there. So if you are doing upload video, I'm going to show you that in a bit. For Instagram videos, you could just select any of the handles that have videos on their story feeds. If there's a video, then it's going to fetch this up for you. Okay, none there, so I can just go back and select the video I have on my local machine and add it up right there. But that's how you go about selecting video from either Instagram. Same also applies with YouTube. All you need to do with YouTube is to copy out your YouTube video link and it fetches it up for you. Again, something you need to know about fetching these videos is that the video dimension needs to, of course, agree with what is required on the target video frame here. If it is not, then you have error throwback, which will not allow it to go. We also have an option where you can do a quick video recording right on your screen. So going back, I want to come down here to select the upload video option. So let me quickly see what videos I have here that I can work with. Okay, let me just use the intro video for the demonstration. So on this intro video right there, you could choose to replay it and save right there. Once you have the video up there, next you need to configure and save. Now you're configure and save, you're setting how you want your video to behave. Should it bounce in, should it flash, should it rubber band, whatever you want it to do, and your embed form, which is a slider here. How do you want it? Should it come up at the end of the story, or should it be at the middle of the story, or you want to set a custom time for which you want it to appear? Then you can set custom time in seconds. So let's just say middle of the story, and you can set your call to action that says rate us now right there. And you could also have your story thank you message, which could also be a redirect link. So on the redirect link, I could also go ahead to use this Tagget.live, right? To have this at enterprise setup right there. So once you're done, you could also set, do you want this to autoplay on story? Do you want to mute the story? Do you want to loop the story? Once you get that done, you can then come over to say set story behavior. So like someone was asking in the question box, if where they could set behavior, yes, you can have that set. So have this video queued already. Right here, you can see your behavior settings you can do. Same too, you can toggle on your audience and do the same configurations on your audience type you want right there. You could also toggle on your engagement to set your engagement message, which are the auto response message, which you would want to give out. And once you're done with all of these configurations, of course, you then have to go over to say save and publish. So you hit on continue. And we have this continue as well. When you have all of this done, the same thing also applies. You need to go toggle on your status to turn this on. So once you turn your widget, or rather your video story, you have it active. Now the command functions you have for your created video story is what we have here. You can also get to see your insights. You can get to edit your created video story. You could also gift it out, and of course you can delete this. So another notes you need to have in mind is for all created video stories, you need to assign it to a widget. video stories work along with widgets. So for the created video story now, for us to allow it to display on our website, we need to assign it to already existing widget. So to do so, I want to come back to my dashboard. I'm going over to the analytics dashboard. So on the analytics dashboard, right on here, I want to switch what is shown here. Okay, yeah, I want to switch what is shown here. I want to take off my partner's face, and I want us to have our own video story right on here on the screen. So to do so, I'm coming over to the particular widget that is shown there. So coming over to widgets, I have some widget created here. All right, so it's a system default widget that we have on that page. So for this widget, you can see here that I can copy the code. That's if I want to embed into a website. I could also edit this widget. Someone was asking how he could edit the widget. So that's exactly where you can come and edit the widget and make corrections to the name that you want for it to appear on the widget that will be displayed on your website. But you need to pay attention to this icon here. The cycled icon here is where you have to assign a story to your widget. So clicking on it, I have the option to select a created video story. So right on here, I will go ahead to select the video story we created. Can I find it? What was the name again? I think it was Target Story. Am I right? So if I'm right, that's the video Target Story. Again, I hit on Assign Story now. I hit on Continue. All right, hooray! Our story has been assigned to widget successfully. So we hit on Continue. So to have that correctly, if I switch over to the website, I want to refresh this website, we should be able to see a new video story shown here with a function on it. So I want to refresh it right now. So we get that refreshed. All right, great, great. Can you see that rubber band function that just happened there on a video story? So we have a new video story right now. I can just click on it and it's going to pop display that. I can go ahead to hit on start and it plays the video. Within the middle of the video, you see it shows a slider, which stands for, okay, I think I misspelled this, trusting in Tagget. Please kindly rate us with our product awesomeness. So you can put your email address, we're getting an email address from here too. So I can just have this just share. Tagget, are you? If I want to rate it, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let me know. There's a question box. What would you want to rate us? All right, let's not say 10, let's not say 9. Or what are you rating us? Let me quickly check the question box. What's your rating? Okay, okay, Michael is already giving us 10. All right, that's nice, that's nice. All right, all right, 10, 9, all right, Alvin 10, 10, 10. All right, great, great, great. Really appreciate the feedback. All right, so let's go ahead and give ourselves 9 because we can't be perfect. We can't get everything all right. We're still learning the process and we're still making an adjustment to ensure we leave our customers feeling happy. So let's give ourselves 9 and we hit on send response. So once you do that, notice that we set a redirect URL. So it now brings us back to the redirect URL, which could also be your affiliate link. So really see how interactive this whole flow is, and it helps you to take your visitors from one level to the next level to get another level if you want to go ahead with your campaign flow. Quick links dashboard to see other tools we need to play around with on our Tagget. So far, we've seen how to create a lead form and video story. We've also seen how to update on your incoming call schemes. All right, so the next here is create an IPR funnel flow. So I'll quickly jump on that because that's pretty simple, quite easy. And then we'll get to see creating a widget and adding it to your website, which I think this could also be a little challenging for most persons that may not be that technical. So also be covering all of that, and that will wrap it up with it. So let's then go ahead to create an IVR funnel flow. An IVR funnel flow is more like the same thing you see on when you call your PayPal support center, when you call McDonald's, when you call Coca-Cola call center or Amazon call centers, the interaction flow, the automated interaction flows that gives you instruction on what to do, which department you want to talk to, or what services you want to inquire about, what technical issues you are having, and they will direct you to the line or to what action you need to take next to allow them to properly categorize your concern and, of course, give you needed support. Now, if I click directly on that quick link dashboard, which I just did, you are going to see this pop, which takes us directly into creating a new IVRO interact flow. But I want to let go of this, I want to cancel this and go over to create what we have here. I want to come over to the interact here. You can see it on the screen. The interact takes you to the page where you get to see our previously created IVRO funnel flow. Like you can see, we have one. This was from the webinar we had, which is on plumbing emergency. You can also see discount galore. You can also see the one we did for recruiting our JVs to promote Tagget. Now, if you call this number, which is +150-890-55551, it's going to welcome you to Tagget, and it's going to give you the instruction to press 1 to talk to a direct Tagget representative, or to press 2 for you to receive the JV invite doc URL, which will come as an SMS as well as WhatsApp. So just about anything you can think, you can create it right on with a Tagget IVR system. So let's dig into what we did here. I want to come over to say edit this interaction. So you get to see our drag and drop canvas where you can drag and drop several blocks to get just what you want. All right, great. So on screen here, I want to collapse the block collection. You can see at this point, I can just drag and drop this entire design flow to wherever I want it to be. Now it started with any new incoming call to your Tagget number. What should happen? I'm saying save a text. Now if you select save text, see the text message. We have the hey, thanks for calling Tagget. Press 1 to talk to your representative. Press 2 to receive your JV page, doc, and link, right? Now, what happened? Right here, we have the on key press 1, what should happen? On key press 2, what should happen? On key press 1, we are saying forward this call to a live Tagget agent who can receive the call. If you do press key 2, we are saying send an SMS message as well as send a WhatsApp message to the phone number that called, right? So that's exactly what we did here with this interaction. And when you're done, you can come over to say save changes. All right, so enough of showing all of this. I want us to create one campaign together so we really get to feel the power that comes with the Tagget IVRO process. So come over to Tagget, interact again, use the question box, comment on what your business niche is so that we see what campaign we can quickly create on this call. You can have up to 10 key press. I'm going to show you that shortly. That's Ken from Ken Kruger asking how many key press. All right, Darius Magritte asking how to price all of this, or we're going to get into that. Okay, I have one here that says estate planning from Christopher, and I have the Parker saying home services. Okay, I think we'll go with that. Estate planning and home services have something in common. So before you create a campaign, you need to sit down and think, what is the objective of this campaign? Okay, I have from Ken, hotel. Practically, whatever your business niche is, you can model it and create an interactive campaign for it. But first things first, just like it goes with every campaign, you must define what your objective is, what your goal is, what you want to achieve with this, what do you want your customers to get to see. So if we're going with any of these, the estate planning or home services or hotel, it all starts with coming to hit on new interaction. So if you hit on new interaction, let's just call this home. Okay, let's give the entire name home estates hotel. All right, so let's just have it like that. And I can then come over to say get started. Now, once I hit on get started, it's going to take us straight to our canvas. So you see here, our canvas is quite blank. Now, look at the blocks right here. These are your building blocks that allows you to create interaction. You can collapse this. So in your own case, if that is collapsed, all you need to do, click on this, you need to call out your entire interaction blocks view. So you can get to see on call starts, new call to a specific number, which is where you should always start your new block creation from. On key press, you have the option here. On say text, this is a text to speech functionality. Send an SMS, send a WhatsApp, forward a call. You also have the option that says play an audio, send a capture, go to voicemail, hang up, and end call. You also have broadcast call. So we're going to see in any of these cases how you can play around with this tool. So our whole flow starts with the action block here that says start. All you need to do, click on it. Once you click on it, it comes, or you just click on it and drag it. I could also delete the block right here. If I delete it, it comes back to the block we have here. So I could just click on it, drag it to my canvas position. I drop it there. So what it means that any new incoming calls your target number, what should happen? Do you want it to say text? If I wanted to say text, I could come over here and type in my text, which is a welcome message, how I want to welcome my visitors. And you can go with this option. But if you have a very pretty accent and you think your accent is good enough, or you want to hire someone to do a voiceover for you, then you can then choose the play and audio. If you do select play and audio, then you take this block off. If you do select play and audio, it means that you must have recorded your instruction. These things are pretty easy to do. You can use your smartphone to even record this instruction. So it's going to be on the mono stereo voice type. So if you have it recorded, all you need to do, upload it into a cloud server. Once you upload it, allow it to have this format. So you can then upload your audio format, .mp3. Once you have it in a format like this, you have it saved there. So each time someone calls, it's going to play your welcome message. If you want a feminine voice there, if you want a male voice, whatever it is you want, you can go ahead and use that, and that really sounds more human. If you don't want this as well, since I don't have any pre-recorded instruction, let's go on with our say text, which allows us to use our text-to-speech functionality, and it's going to use the globally set accents you had on your call scheme. So once I set this here, I will then come over to say, hey, welcome to our real estate agency call center. So this could be your hotel. This could also be your whatever business niche you fall into. You could set it up there and give it a name. Hey, welcome to a real estate agency call center. You put a comma there. Now you're giving your instructions to say press 1 to learn about our investment opportunity. So you have it right there. You have again press 2 to learn about available properties in your area, and press 3 to speak with a live agent. Great, so we've given our instructions. So we have, hey, welcome to our real estate agency center. Press 1 to learn about our investment opportunity. Press 2 to learn about our available properties in your area, and press 3 to speak with a live agent. Great, so we've gotten those instructions right. Now you want to go out mapping out these instructions so that if the call visitor goes by your instruction, whatever you've given out on your call instruction, once it takes that action, it's going to get the expected result. So we come over to select on key press. So you come over, add your key press, it drops the key press because we have 3 action key presses here. We have press 1, we have press 2, we have press 3. So it means that we need to have 3 key press functions here. So I'll pick on my key press again. This time, also drop it just here. You have the set text, it's going to build a tree for you. Again, you have your key press, drop it here, you have set text. So it has created 3 key presses for us, right? So on our key press 1, if you select it, you can see here you have a drop down. So someone was asking how many key presses we could have because we have 10, which is 0 to 9. So we have a first one, which is 1. Again, on our key press, we have a next key press, which is 2. We're selecting that. On our third key press, we have another key press, which is key press 3. Great. Now, going by your instruction, recall you said first one to learn about our investment opportunity. So if you have a prerecorded instruction on your investment opportunity, then you can then go over to play audio, which has your pre-recorded instruction on your, of course, investment opportunity. Or if you have a capture form you've built already, this is very specific. You can then go ahead to add a capture form, which will allow you to get the person's email address. Of course, you've already gotten his phone number and to get his name. So with that capture form, it's more like you are pre-qualifying the caller to be one who is ready to invest into your real estate services. So at this point, I can come over to say send a capture. So at this point, I drop send a capture at this point here. So I must have created this capture so that once he receives this capture and fill his name, it will be redirected either to a website page that talks more about our investment options. But if you want to have it all on a voice prompt call where you've already pre-recorded it, then what you should have here, the block you should have here should be play an audio. So you can then go ahead to select an audio. But with this now, you see you're building an email list from this visitor, you're redirecting him to your investment plan. So this will allow you to always retarget this visitor and always follow up on him on the multi-channels options to ensure that you convert him and keep building your business. Now on our key press 2, we are saying learn about available properties. So again, the same thing also applies on your available properties. If you have a lead capture form you also want to drop that will allow you to push out all of those information, then you can go ahead to do so. Else, you can check any of the blog here that does handle that for you. If you want to send a broadcast call, you could then forward this call to several persons who may be your field agents who could pick the call at any time and update the individual on available properties on some choice location. So if you select broadcast call, this is what happens. You're adding broadcast call. So if I select this block now, you see I could broadcast to phone number 1, I could broadcast to phone number 2, I could broadcast to phone number 3, I could broadcast to phone number 4. So if agent 1 is not available, agent 2 could pick up the client and of course converse further with the client and let the client know about some available properties on some choice locations. Same also happens with a hotel. You could also model your hotel for inquiry, could be available suites or reservations. You could use it for reservations. Yeah, you can also link up your capture form as a form of reservation so that you can also link with the hotel back end for them to use in receiving reservations. Or you could also be pushing it as an SMS or as a WhatsApp message to the front desk or the manager who will get this as a reservation on their hotel provisions. So once you have that set up, next it's the option of key press 3. Key press 3 is to talk to an agent. So you can just select the forward call. So once you have this, you can state the phone number which you want to forward this call to, which the person will receive. So you see, right on call, we've just mapped out our entire funnel workflow for the state of the hotel. All you need to do is hit on save changes and hit on continue. So once you have this set up, This is going to have it saved there. I hope all is okay. My network is processing. Let me know. Okay. Give each broadcast call a region, difference between broadcast and forward the call. Okay, I think I just showed that difference. Broadcast call allows you to forward the call to more three numbers that can receive the same call at once. So it's now dependent on which person or which agent is active to receive the call. While forward the call is only sending the call to just one specific phone number. Yeah, in this case, if you watch rightly, you notice that I use a broadcast option here, three options here, up to four options where you can state some four different numbers. You could have the call will go to these four numbers simultaneously. So it's not dependent on you or which of the agents is available to pick the call at that point in time. Next, on your forward call is only sending to a specific number. So you see it here, it's only forwarding to a specific number. What's happening? I don't know what's wrong with my network. Let's see it. Okay, yeah. So we could get over and you get to see what to do next. Okay, I'm waiting for this to come up. I don't know why it's my network is down, possibly because. All right, I will get on to the top of credit consign. In and out pretty bad. Like I'm hardly even hearing you. Okay, Darius, sorry for that. Can you hear me now? Network is pretty challenging now. Okay, all right, good to know you can hear me now. Let me just log out and log in again. That's coming up. That's a really challenging here. Right. So then login back. Okay, so we get over to our interact to see our credit. All right, great. So you can see our newly created interact form, which is a home estate hotel, which we did. Now, once you've successfully created an interaction like this, next you need to assign a phone number which this will interact with or will function with. So you have the pound key symbol here. Click on the pound key symbol. The pound key symbol allows you to add a number. So if you have number, you can just assign this number. Now, if you have this number assigned to an interaction already, it's going to disable from the other interaction and become active on your new interaction. Now, on your interaction flow trigger, this overrides what you have on your call scheme. So we are saying on all incoming calls. So if you have a specific scheme you want to select here, if you want this to be active only on weekdays, after a call conversation, they should get on this or on a week business hours, this should be active. You can go ahead and set it. But now I'm setting it globally that for all incoming calls, it should send to this IV arrow. So you can go ahead and hit on or continue. Now we have that set up. All right, great. So right here, we've gotten a new number assigned to our interaction. You can also gift your interaction which you've created. You can also come over here to edit. And getting it activated, assigning a phone number to it. All right, so tell me what you think about this particular function and what you appreciate about the flow we've just shown before we get to the next action plan. But we really wanted to keep this quite sizable. In about 30 minutes, we'll be ending the call so that you can attend to other concerns. Of course, we'll be having repeats of this training as the time goes by on some specific functions to ensure that you are having a great time using Tagget. All right. Fees. Before I get on to the next function, which is on a quick link, let me quickly show you what happens. Since you are using Interact goes with voice, SMS, as well as WhatsApp. For WhatsApp, it's totally free. But for all call interaction, for all SMS interaction, and okay, that's it. The voice note also falls there. There's a certain fee that goes with it, and what will help you to quickly get to know what you are charged for a particular call campaign or a particular destination. You can do so by using the call calculator. We have what we call the cost calculator. You can find it within the profile icon drop down here. So once on your profile icon drop down, you can then see what we have here as cost calculator. So if you click on the cost calculator, it brings this up. All you need to do, select the country. So let's say United States. I'm interested in the United States. So if I select the United States, you see that SMS is being billed at 0.0083 cents. Call is being billed at 0.0015 per minute. So of course, email is also billed at 0.0014, and WhatsApp is 00. So believe this answers the billing aspect of it. So for every minute you spend on call that goes out of your target, this is what you 0.01 on a particular campaign or for every interaction that goes through. So like mentioned, get it right, that it is only when you have interaction on calls, SMS, and voice, like the voice note, that you are being billed on your credit. Every other services, every other functions on Tagget are free. The capture form is free, the video story, creating a video story is free, creating a widget is free, creating your video engagement. I'm also going to show you that on the widgets, interacting on the video, live video calls, creating a Zoom. Those are also free, so you can get it right there. So on the next quick link, we're looking at creating a new website widget. So come over to create a new website widget. So to create a new website widget, at this point, you are to set the recipient phone number, call, SMS, WhatsApp will go to this number. So you need to specify if it's a local number you want to set here or you want to use your target number. So if you have a local number set, means that all calls will be redirected to your local number through your target setup. So whatever the number is, let's say I have this right there. We'll have this there. And the widget title, the main introductory text, this is where you have the text. So it could be your name, it could be your product or your services you're promoting. So in this case, let us say we're having Tagget support. Let us have Tagget support right there. And on your widget subtitle, I could just call this members here. And you can also set your font family you want to select or your widget color depending on your website. If you wanted to agree with your website team, you can go ahead and set just what you want it to be. And you can then come over here to select your widget. If one tries to get across to you, what are the alternative channels? We have a collection of channels here. We have a video call, meaning your visitors can actually place a direct video call to you right from your website widget to your Tagget dashboard where you can receive them. So I can turn this on, and you can also go ahead, turn on WhatsApp. I can also go ahead, enable email. I can also go ahead and enable SMS. So once I get all of this done, again, I need to set create widget now. So I can go over to say create widget, and we have live core website widget link has been created successfully, so we can continue. All right, so we now have a new widget created, and that we call target support. And we are saying that this is our members here, right? Of course, without assigning a story here, we just had a widget, so we can go ahead embed your newly created widget on your website. Now, if I come over to these brackets here, the angular brackets, if you click on it, it shows you the code which you can copy to drop on your website. So if you have HTML, HTSS, we're also releasing the Shopify, but this code also works in Shopify, also works in WordPress. So I'm also going to show you how you can do this. Now, read the instruction. The instruction says, widgets embeddable script. Copy the script below and paste it before the closing of your body tag of your website. So for every website, if you want to add this, you need to add it to the closing. Now, I'll also get to show you how you can share this on a WordPress site. So let's copy this first into our clipboard. So I've copied this into the clipboard. We have this copied out. Let me see what page can I have this. Okay, let me just get on the server. I can have this open already. I hope it doesn't slow us down. Let me see. So what happens here? So I'm just saying, assuming you have your own website and you want to get over to add this directly to a website script, which you have. I'm logging in now. It's my server. I'm going over to my file manager. This is the site I'm targeting to add that widget. I want to add it to the welcome page. Right? So I want to add this to the welcome page. Now, this is purely an HTML site. So I want to add a widget to this HTML site. So I'm going to access the file which has this, so that we have our widget showing somewhere here. So I'm going over to say on our files and going to my public admin.html, which is where I have those files. And I'm scrolling down to my welcome directory. Okay, great. So this is where I have it. And I'm interested in the index of the PHP because that's where the file design is. So I'm coming over to edit this. I hit on edit, hit on edit right there. Now again, bear in mind the instruction, we are required to drop this just before the close of the body, right? So coming over to our index file, I want to scroll down and look out for the close of the body of the script. Be careful not to add something else. Here is the close of the body. Can you see? Here's the close of the body. So meaning I'm expected to drop the script right here. So if I just drop the script, make sure it doesn't obstruct the other design. So I just drop the script right there. Once I'm done, I hit on save changes. So hit on save changes, all we need to do, I want to come over to refresh on this page. So to refresh on this page, if I have everything rightly, we should be able to see our new widget showing on our site. Great, great, great. Can you see that? Can you see our widget here? Our widget is showing black. Is it sharp enough? Okay, let me change the color. You can then come back to play around with your widget's color if it doesn't really meet what you want it to be. This is it. So I'm coming over to edit this. Okay, I didn't know we selected black. Red page for us. Red page for us. Okay, let me leave it red. So hit save changes. Hit continue. So globally, whatever I adjust here is going to reflect here. So I've saved that. I want to refresh this. So great to see we have the support showing right there on Target. And right there, you can go ahead and play support. You can see it ringing out directly. Did you hear that? So you can also come over here to see this message. I think we didn't turn on that. So let's go over and check this up again. We're editing on our widget again. So we edit it. We needed to have enabled those channels again when we edited. So over to add up on these channels. We're adding SMS, we're adding email, we're adding WhatsApp, we're adding video call as well. All right, so I hit on save changes. All right, great, continue. So once I'm done with that, all I need to do is refresh this page. So once I refresh this, all right, so we have it showing right there. So if I click on this, you can see we have our WhatsApp shown now. You can send a WhatsApp message right there. If you click on this message, you have the send an SMS, send us an email. You can also have the video call functionality, which will also show up right there. You could also end it right there too. So once you have all of these, you can also come up as well to add your video story here, just like I showed earlier. So let's say you want to add a video story, the same thing also applies. You come over to the cycle icon here symbol, you come there and you can add or assign a story. So we want to assign a story to our newly created widget. So at this point, I want to come over and sorry for that. I want to come over and select a video story we created. I think that was target story. So I'll hit on assign our story now. So once we hit on that right there, we hit on continue. So we can then come over to see how this applies. All we need to do right now is to refresh the page. So we want to refresh the page right here. So I'm refreshing this. So once you refresh this, you should be able to have a video story right here showing. So right here, we have a video story. Okay, that didn't come up. Let's refresh this again. I want to go over to refresh this again. Let's come over here to assign a story. Let's get this. But of course, that's how you go about assigning them. Okay, let's refresh again and see. All right, great. So we have it there. It's the video story showing up right now. So you have everything up and running right inside of the site because you dropped this widget. So what I will be showing again is how you can also embed this widget on a WordPress site. And I will be showing this using our WordPress sites, which we are giving to our enterprise, which is done for this site. So we have the done for you info. So that's our done for you site. That's the done for you agency site that's going to enterprise members. So once the site comes up, I'm also going to show you how you can add it to WordPress sites. Usually WordPress, depending on the theme you are using, you're expected to install it within the footer section of the WordPress. So this WordPress, I want to log in as an admin to do this. So I'm logging in as an admin at this point. So I'm logging in here. I hit on login. So once I get onto the dashboard, the team came along with an option to add your custom codes. So you could also have plugins that could also do that for you. Now for this particular one, if I come over to team options, I have a section there that allows you to add a custom code, right? So scrolling down on the team options, you can see here, custom code. Most teams that comes with WordPress has this function. So you can drop the scripts within your header custom code or your footer custom code. But for Tagget scripts, you're expected to drop it within the footer custom code. So once you drop this in there, you can then come and hit on save changes. So once we hit on that, I can then call this up on a new screen to see if our widget is embedded correctly. So on our side here, if our widget is up, we're going to find displayed right there. So someone was also asking, can you have the widget on multiple sites? Yes, that's true. You can have it on multiple sites, just like you can see right here. So you see, on this site now, I now have a widget right on point here. So you can then scroll down, you can see all the functionalities set up on this page. I can also position my widgets wherever I want it on the website, just like we've installed it. So if you get it on refresh to allow all the elements to load correctly, then you're also going to see the other functions that comes with your Tagget widgets. So that's coming up. So while this is loading, we'll also get over on dashboard of the WordPress. Let me also show you another section that could have some more options for you to drop your scripts. Assuming you are running on the WordPress that doesn't allow you to drop the script like this, just like I did using the theme options. Like mentioned, most WordPress themes comes with this functionality, theme options. So you can go over to check the theme options and check out for custom codes, which will allow you to drop this in. But for cases where you don't have that, you can come over to appearance. On appearance, you can use the theme editor. On the theme editor, you look out for the footer section and go ahead to edit it to drop the script right there. But for easiness, I would recommend you work with theme options so that it doesn't get too technical for you, or you don't get to mess around with things if you don't really know how your way around your WordPress admin dashboard. Okay, yeah, I say understand. So you look out for your footer files. You come here on the themes, looking at the footer, which is that. So on my footer, if I select this file, it's going to populate the file for me. Then I can go ahead to add the scripts on that footer. So if I scroll down, see within this body here, which is the same body we had earlier, I can come over on this script here, drop same script, and it's going to do the same thing for me. If I drop the script, I'll hit on save. So it's going to apply and allow my Tagget widget to come up on my WordPress website. So that's exactly the options you have to play around in creating a widget and adding it to any of your website. So I believe this process is quite helpful and it's going to help you with your use of Tagget. So again, let me get your feedback before we get on some other functions right on our WordPress, because we have barely 10 minutes more to end this live call. So, right, Mohammed, I'm getting your feedback right there. Brennan said, quite a long message there. I see it's been a huge problem that when a user on the website clicks on video chat, after filling out the form, the pop-up says the site can't ask for your permission. Though you can always grant permission. Yeah, it depends on your browser you're using. If you try to make a video call, it's expected that you grant permission to your browser to be able to call up your camera, your laptop camera, your computer camera, as well as your laptop mics for them to use those functionalities in interacting with your video storage. So check it at the first point. you allow grant permissions for those elements to work. Do we get a replay for this? Yes, it's a plain sub account. Sorry, date for the webinar. I hope there will be a replay here. Hopefully, we should have a replay. Can we see the click call feature? Work where the engage calls, and Mr. Seller, will you have a demo touching on those options? Okay, yeah, exactly. Question again, did I miss out? You link where I can cut by a reseller license. Have you a link where I can cut by a reseller license? I didn't get that correctly. I think I will check and answer that personally. All right, so to use our next couple of minutes, currently I'm looking at some of our items, making an outgoing phone call. So we're making an outgoing phone call. Once you click on it, it calls up your dashboard call part where you can just go ahead, dial your phone number, which you want to call out to. Here, you can just say 1516 443428. So if I got that correctly, if you have credit balance, you can then go ahead, place the call. Says phone number format is invalid. Okay, did I miss that? All right, so you can then call over. All right, so you can see it's already dialing up there. And as I have this link up, just really get this up right there. So you see that this is already ringing at my end right here. It's already ringing up here for me. So if I do receive it, so just turn that off right there. So that's how you can go about placing direct calls on your dialer. Again, while you have it, you can close the dialer window. For those that own sub accounts, for the resellers, you can just come here to create a sub account. All you need to do: full name, email address, phone number, and password to the sub account you want to create. And once you do so, it's going to create a sub account for you, which you will be taking to the sub account dashboard where you can manage that. So let me quickly show that as well. Let's say I want to create a sub account, and I can just link this up. And I set my password. I hit on add account. I hit on continue. The sub account has been created successfully and can proceed to log in with email address and password specified. And the specified email address is also going to receive a welcome message. And right on point there, it redirects you to your sub account management dashboard. So your sub account management dashboard, you get to find your credit sub account. So here, the newly created sub account that has no credit. If you want to directly credit this account, you can come over here and say top up sub account credit. And you can go ahead to add the amounts you want to add here. So let's say I'm giving this $5 and the top account right there. The sub account is also going to receive. That's if the sub account owner pays to you directly, you can do this. But if you want the sub account to pay directly from his own account and is paying to you, you're expected to set your PayPal client ID, meaning you need to have a business PayPal account where you can go into the developer section of the PayPal account and develop an app instead of PayPal. It's quite easy. And once you do that, you can then get your client's ID and you provide it. And at this point, you're expected to set the subcharge, set cost of action, SMS calls, billing, subcharge percentage, how much you want to be getting from each purchases that your customers make. So send cost action, SMS, billing, subcharge percentage. So if you want to make extra 10% from all purchases that your customers, your account users are making, you can then set your percentage. If you want to keep it low at 5%, you can also do so. And on call charges, you can also keep it on your set percentage. So that way, each time your sub account user subscribes or top up his credit, you are getting a certain percentage from his activity. Going over to our Picklink dashboard, I have barely 4 minutes left, so I will just quickly touch on some points and get on for us to handle Q&A in the remaining couple of minutes. We have the create new SMS engage link. So this you can create using this functionality. It shows here that I want to go over to analytics dashboard. So you see the big plus sign symbol. So to go back to analytics dashboard, I come over to analytics dashboard. Here you get to find some more menu functions, which allows you to create some services right inside of Tagget. So all of those I showed you now, you can find it using this. On your plus sign, you can create a phone call link. Now, a phone call link allows you to create a call link. You can create a call link and set the time expiration for the link so that once this time elapses, people you've shared the link to may no longer be able to use it. You can also password protect it so that people who have the password can only access the link. But I'm keeping this open. You can keep it free. You can also set the premium. To set the premium, you also need to link up your WhatsApp client ID and your amount you want to charge to allow people to pay. And the interesting aspect of this is that someone can click on your engagement call link without having to log into Tagget. So you can be making money by sharing your generated link to your social handles. You can add it to Instagram bio, Twitter, Facebook, such that your followers, your audience there, you can tell them, hey, do you know you can now place a call directly from your Instagram page or from your Facebook page? Because once you click on the link, it calls up the URL and load up the page where the call can be made. So this is how it looks like. So go ahead, create the link. We've just created an engagement link right there. So if I go ahead to share the create link, you get to see it there. So I have this created link here. I can just copy this link and share it to you. I just copy that and share it here. You see that if I click on this link right now, it opens on a new tab, and I can have this link URL on my Instagram bio, my Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn. So all the user has to do at this point is to say, make a phone call, provide a phone number, and place the call. If you have an active number, let's quickly do this together. Give me a number using the question box comment on the phone number. I'll pick the first correct number that comes with the current formatted number, which is +1 for US or any other country. Give me the right format. The first number I'll place on here, and we have the call set up. All right. I'm waiting for the first number. I can get the first number, then I'll go ahead and use the number I have here. All right, so to save time, let's just use this for practical purpose. Because you can always do that at your time. So I have this, I'm using the same number again. I have right there. This goes to 4. So once I have that, I hit on place call now. You can see right there, make call now. So it goes on to dial number. So again, once it dials it, you can then go over to receive the call. So it's connecting to the caller. So once it connects, the caller can go ahead and receive the call. But if you have a premium option set up there, you can then go over to receive phones. So that's the function with setting up the phone call right here. The next we'll look at is creating the what we have here, the voice note link. Voice note link does the same thing for you. You can then come over here, add it, access free as well, so you can just create it up. So this allows you to drop voice notes and you send it to your target recipients. If I come over, I open it, Right, so right here, you can drop phone numbers and you can drop as much numbers you want to drop, and you can then drop your plain text or your audio file URL. So if you have a pre-recorded voice, you can drop it right there, or you can drop the text and it's going to translate it text to speech for you, and you have it working. You can send the voice notes to the phone numbers which you've added right there. So that's exactly how all this plays out. The other option is setting up the WhatsApp as well as the email link. It's an engagement. The other tool is creating a video link. So with the video link right there, you can also set the time. You can use it for personal coaching and all of that. Again, if you have that set up, you can also set it for premium. For those who want to come on this live call, they should pay a certain fee, a certain percentage goes when they make payment to. When you have create the link, you have that created, you can continue. Right there, you can see your created video link. You can then click on it. You'll see that this is going to load you live into a call room, just like you can find with Zoom or every other app. So let's say I'm logging in with my email. I want to get on this call. So you can use the view the leads. Say join the chat right there. So you can see it right on screen right there. You can see the entire functions. I could also turn up video, turn up my audio, and turn it back on. You can see the allow access I mentioned, allow webcam access, which shows that. And I can also interact live and call here. Hello. So you could have this on your coaching program and use it however you want to use it. When you're done, you can also leave the room. You can share screen. You can toggle your chats as well as share screen to your participating audience. So hit here to leave the room. So that's exactly all that comes with Tagget. And you could always come over to see your people, the audiences which you built, which allows you to further engage with your audiences. So you can see the audience right there. You can send an SMS, you can send a call, you can drop a voice note, just about anything. You can go ahead, interact with them. All right, so we'll be calling it a day so far. We've spent a couple of hours digging deep into Tagget, and we'll be having more of our smaller breakdown functionalities of Tagget. Where do we set up new phone numbers? All right, if you've not set up number, you can find our setup number right on the top here. If you've not set up number, setting your number. But for subsequent requests of number, you need to apply for it, and we'll assign your account number, or make this automatic as well, so that will also reduce the support ticket request. But if you want to custom your caller appearance, you can set the number, which is a local number, to make your target number always appear like your local number, so you mask it up there. On these other aspects, we've also seen the cost calculator, email notifier. It's being able to receive SMS notifications based on specific emails that comes into your Gmail or your Outlook, whatever your email client is. You can set parameters. If there are specific emails you're expecting, you can set the conditions. Any message that has this tag in the inbox, the recent tag in the inbox, or answer tag, you can set your keywords, you can set keywords from subject to whatever aspect of the mail. So each time you receive such messages right into your inbox, you receive an SMS notification as well, telling you that you've got a certain email waiting for you to read. So that's exactly what comes with this external incoming email notification autoresponders that you can configure right inside of Tagget. So that's how far we can go with the Tagget. So we want to get 3 questions before we call it a day, and let us know what you think about this training and what's your rating of this training. Yes, Mike, you need to submit your ticket, and we'll see how to change the number, or make provisions where you can also change your number right inside of your account. All right, Ricardo, thank you for your rating. Giving an excellent on this. Yeah, thank you. Can you upload a phone number? Okay, we don't have that provision. You only copy and paste, because we are also careful so that we don't have users that will spam the system. all phone call systems required compliance issue, meaning your audience needed to have indicated interest that they want to get in notifications or receive calls from you or SMS from you. So to keep it safe, you can work with your people, but if you must send messages out to your list you had already, should be lists that have already consented to receive your content. So that's why we don't have that full-blown option of you uploading an entire list into it, but you can copy and paste a sizable list. You do that and you have it into the queue function. All right, super grateful. What about the FB visitor function? All right, the function here is a similarity with what we have on the IPRO chatbot function. This doesn't support RFB. It only has a similarity, which is the chatbot function that allows you to set up an interactive bot system on your phone calls as well as on your widgets. Yeah, I believe this was recorded, so you should be able to get a replay. We'll check that up and confirm. So again, I also want to mention, if you want to open a support ticket for any concern you have, kindly use the support portal, which is Tagget.freshdex.com. And if you must send an email, currently we notice that our emails is not mapping out to create tickets for you, so it's pretty difficult to just go reading through all the queues of emails. It's best we have your concerns on the ticket portal so we can track it to know when your concern is resolved or when it's pending, where we need further information from you so we can go ahead to solve that. So if you must send an email, you can use support@tagget.freshdex.com. Or you can open ticket. I just sent out the link, or you could also open ticket. You can get ticket open. Sorry, you can get ticket open ticket for any consign at https://target.freshdex.com. So you can see the link right there. So that's exactly how you can go about setting up all of this. So if you've not upgraded, today's the best time for you to do your upgrades and have the full experience from all that has been shown on screen right there. So once again, thank you very much for taking up time to be live on this call. Your presence really means a lot to us, and it really shows that we'll be having less concerns because most persons now know what to do to get the needed results with their use of Tagget. So at this point, in a split of seconds, I'll be going off on the live room. So if there's any concern, you can go ahead, drop it. I have not purchased the enterprise yet. Can I do tomorrow? Yeah, you can do at your choice time. All right, Colin, you're welcome. Yeah, we're looking at that in a further upgrade where you can have keywords, where you can have people in the group, more like a tag system where you can tag and have specific persons associated with a certain keyword. So in the further upgrade, we'll do all of that. All right, great. So you can have it and watch again. And of course, within our members area on the Facebook group, we'll be having another section of this training at about 6 p.m. Eastern time. That will be on Facebook groups. For all members in the Facebook group, we'll be doing that again. I think that's our facebook.com/group/target. That's what it is. Let me quickly confirm it. So for those that may want to join it again, let me confirm and be sure I got that right. So we have it as group target, right? So that's it. So I'm dropping it there again. So at about 6 p.m. Eastern time, we'll be having another live session like this for members within the Facebook group. So you can have it there for those who have not joined. You can also choose to join the Facebook group because we want to ensure that we reach out to many persons so that we could reduce on the influx of support tickets for people trying to find their way around. You could also use the articles on the portal to have a guide on what to do. Once again, I want to say a very big thank you for being here with me and doing this together. So let me get to your final feedback. All right, we'll mail out the replay. A replay mail out will be made for you to be able to find this, and we could also drop access to it on the Facebook group. So we'll find a way of making it accessible, even on the welcome page. You get to see the training as well. All right, then, do have a wonderful day and a lovely day ahead. Thank you very much. Okay.